Hello, hello, welcome to the podcast. Today I want to give you a little bit of an insight into my day, into my week, because every day is a little bit different. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a little bit nosy and I love having insight into people's lives, especially when they are more health conscious. And yeah, I just wanted to share mine today. And it can change every week depending on what I'm doing, but I've been trying to allocate certain days to certain tasks just because it allows me to be way more productive and I'm not switching between tasks. So something a bit better for your creative brain, some things more for your logical brain. So I try to not be swapping and changing all the time. And there can be challenges to being self-employed, running a company, having to motivate yourself, having so many tasks to do, especially in the early stages. I'm getting a bit better now in outsourcing and delegating and hiring people to help me. And I'm in the point in my business that I can start to do that. And I do like to have a plan, but I'm also not being as rigid and strict as I have done in the past either, trying to be more in my feminine energy and listening to what my body needs on that day. If I've had a really bad night's sleep for whatever reason, then I have the luxury somewhat to reduce the amount of things that I do in that day. I can listen to my menstrual cycle. I don't do it perfectly in terms of cycle syncing, but I try to do more podcasts in the first half of my cycle and video recording and talking and meetings and events and all of that. And then in the last part of my cycle, the late luteal and menstruation phase, I tend to be better at like reflecting and writing and finishing up tasks and more admin stuff, more research, more reading, all of that. But I have to see clients on certain days and therefore write up protocols, or if I'm recording a podcast interview with someone and they can only do a certain day, just because I'm on my period, I'm not going to turn it down. I try to do it whenever I can. So I can't give you an exact day in my life, unfortunately, but there are some things that I do pretty consistently. So I'll take you through the different days of the week, and then I'll throw in some caveats and extras depending on what week or day it is. So every day, definitely on weekdays, it might change a little bit on weekends, but I wake up at 8 a.m. I might try to, I just love my sleep. And I get a lot of sleep, so I go to bed around 10. It's not like I'm in bed at midnight. I aim for about 9 to 10 hours instead of 8 hours, because that's what my body needs. So I have the luxury of waking up a little bit later, and maybe in summer I'll bring that forward a little bit more just to get more done in the day, because I also don't like working too late. So I am more productive in the morning. So I might move it to 7:30 or 7 in summer, but it was just quite difficult for me in the winter months. I just wanted to stay in bed, and I'm sure you can relate. But I wake at 8 and then I stay in bed and meditate. So there's a few different things. I did the free trial for the Superhuman app and I absolutely loved it. I will probably get the paid subscription version, which is about £25 a month. But I followed the person who runs it, Mimi Bouchard, for years, and she's really into personal development and I love her style of meditation. So I've been doing that recently, but I also use the Insight Timer app. Just some people I follow on Spotify have some different meditations as well. YouTube, I'll just look for different things depending on what I'm wanting, whether it's like a gratitude one or like positive affirmations and maybe like confidence for whatever reason. So I'll switch it up so I don't have an exact one that I do. And I like to listen to something rather than just sit with just my mind, because in bed I'll probably just fall asleep, honestly, again. So I like to listen to something and have that reprogramming aspect, or someone talking you through something or telling a story. There's someone else on Insight Timer called Sarah Blondin, whose stuff that I love. So you can search her name and that app is completely free. And yeah, I just love her meditations. I have to like the person's voice, and I have to like what they're talking about. And yeah, I'm pretty particular when it comes to what meditations I like. But then I might throw in a little bit of visualization practice. So my future self, health-wise, work-wise, life-wise. And then I can do some gratitude as well. So being thankful for my home and what I'm excited for the day. I always try to start and end my day on a positive. And in previous years, I've really rushed in the mornings especially when I had my part-time job at Sainsbury's. Sometimes I'd do like a 6 a.m. shift, or when I was at college and I'd wake up in the morning and have to get everything ready before. It was just really too much, and I really am sensitive to that in the morning. So I have a bit of a slower routine now and I love it. My boyfriend's usually up and out the bedroom at that point. He wakes up a little bit earlier, so he might wake up at like 6:30. His alarm goes off, and he was getting into a really bad habit of just like laying there. So I would then start to go back to sleep, and then he'd get up, and then it would disrupt me. So I had a little word with him, and I was like, my sleep's really important. Please, can you get up as soon as your alarm goes off, and like just get out of the bedroom as soon as possible in a loving way, so I can have a little bit extra sleep, and then have the bedroom to myself to do my little morning routine. And he's happy with that. And I don't wash my face in the morning, which might sound a little bit gross, but if you follow me on social media, I did an Instagram reel the other week on my skincare routine. And this is under the advice of holistic skincare practitioners. Two of them, my friends, Sarah Sumik and Cheryl Woodman, have recommended this, but I personally don't wash my face in the morning because my skin barrier is prone to disruption. So actually just washing your face with just plain water, it does disrupt your pH and your acid mantle. So what I do is I just wash around my eyes to get like the sleep away from my eyes. And then I just dab with an oil blotting paper, the excess oil off my face. And then I oil pull. So I rinse my mouth with water, and then I put in like I think about a teaspoon or tablespoon of coconut oil. And then I swish that around my mouth for about 10 to 15 minutes while I go and make my breakfast smoothie. So I have a reel on this as well recently, and it's got things like raw milk in there, pulsing pea, it's new zest, pea protein powder, cucumber, ginger, tiger nut, cinnamon, maca powder. Blend that all up, and just before I eat that, I'll spit the coconut oil into the bin, rinse my mouth with water again, and then I'll have my smoothie. And then I brush my teeth after breakfast, just so my morning routine isn't completely dragged out. And yes, I'll brush my teeth after that about 30 minutes later. If the day is a no clients day, so my client days are Wednesdays and Fridays for my one-to-one clients, then I will probably be going to the gym or doing a workout. So I lift out my sauna mat, which is on my couch, and I'll be on that. So I let it preheat while I'm having my smoothie for about 15 minutes. And then I'll lay on that and I do different things. I can read, I can plan my day. I might do a little bit of work on my laptop, write a social media caption, and then I'll go to the gym around 10 a.m. for about an hour, maybe like 9:30, 10 a.m. The gym's like 5 minutes from where I live. And I've been going to that one for years, since I was 16. My brother works there. He's the manager at the moment. So the gym session is about an hour. Most of the time I'll do strength training, but I'll adapt it again based on where I'm at in my cycle, or if I'm really sore in my legs because I've just done a good workout, I'll do my upper body. So I don't have a set plan. I'm not working with a personal trainer at the moment. I have done in the past, probably will again, but at the moment I'm doing it alone. I have really gotten into Pilates more recently, and I have a really good teacher at the gym that I go to. So I might go to her a few times, and then on the weekend, once or twice a month, I will do a reformer class. I love reformer Pilates, but that's a bit of a drive away. It's about 20 minutes away, and I don't want to be doing that every weekday. So I treat myself to it once or twice a month at the moment. And then I might instead go for a walk if I'm on my period or my energy's low, or I can't be bothered going to the gym because I'm too sore or don't have all the time to do that. Then I will go for a walk outside, and I've got a few different places that I can go to near where I live. So it just depends on what I'm feeling. And then on the way back from the gym, sometimes I'll pick up some food stuff from the Sainsbury's that's on the same retail park, just some little bits here and there a few times a week. I don't like doing a weekly food shop where I get all of the food because I just get overwhelmed, and I don't like wasting things. So I like to go a little bit more frequently to get what I need for the next few days, and then do another little shop later in the week. Otherwise, I order a local organic veg box from, I think it's called Green Box Co or something. She's based in Bolton, but she delivers to a replenishery shop near where I live. So I pick up that, and then I have a local farm for meat. I have a local farm for milk, and I get other stuff from Ocado and Well Easy. So I'll fit that into my week. My mum's really good though, because she will drive to the milk farm for me sometimes, because she's retired now. So they do a really good coffee as well with raw milk. It's called Milkmaids in West Halton, and she'll go for a nice coffee and then pick up some milk on the way. She stores it in her freezer as well, because my freezer's tiny and there's no room, so I can stock up on it, have it ready to go, but it's not that I'm gonna have to go like multiple times a week. So that's a real big help. And then I might do an Ocado order at night after I finish work, and then have that delivered whenever, like in the evening time. And then once I'm home from the gym on those days, I shower if needed. I might wash my hair, dry my hair. I only wash my hair once or twice a week. And then I'll prep my lunch. When I'm doing that, I'll listen to some music or listen to a podcast or watch YouTube. I will then eat, get ready to start work, either for the first time or again, if I've worked a little bit in the morning, around 1 p.m. But if on those days I have clients, so after I have my breakfast smoothie, I only have a bit of time. So I start clients at either 9, 9:30, 10ish. So I don't do the sauna. I don't want to get too sweaty. But I might still go to the gym after the session. It might be a 30-minute session or up to an hour and a half if it's an initial consultation. So it depends on the time, but I might go to the gym afterwards or just crack on with more work if needed. So I'll give you a little overview of my days that might differ after that little morning routine. So Mondays, I'm trying to make that more of a content creation day. So this could be planning and filming some reel options or TikTok options. It could be planning the podcast episodes for the next few months, or reaching out to guests for interviews, or writing the outline for the solo episodes that I'm doing. I do have a few slots available for enrollment calls on Mondays. So sometimes I'll have a few calls in the afternoon with potential new clients. So I do sometimes hop on to Zoom and speak to people then. But then Tuesdays, I prep clients for Wednesday. So Wednesday's a client day. So I'm prepping clients. I might review some lab results. If it's a new client, I'm going through the intake form, going through the health history. I am doing research if they have certain conditions. And then same thing, the rest of the time I might be doing content planning, creation, any lingering emails, etc. And then at the moment when you're listening to this, so it'll be up until from May to September, I'm currently doing a new certification. I'm learning, I'm getting a new skill, all on brain rewiring, subconscious reprogramming tools. I can't wait to share more about that over the next few months, and then incorporate that into my work and group programs later in the year. So that is on Tuesday evenings from 6 till 9 p.m. So a busy day on Tuesday. And then Wednesday's a client day. So I might have one in the morning, 9 till 10ish, or might finish at 10:30, 11 at the latest. And then afternoon, 1 till 5 p.m. I'll have clients. I try not to, I don't schedule them back to back. I've definitely done that in the past and it just doesn't work. So I always have 30 minutes between clients in case it runs over slightly, just so I'm not rushed. And I think clients appreciate that as well. If I'm going through lab results and I'm rushing, then it's not fair on them. So I want to make sure that there's a little bit of a gap so that I can also have a toilet break, make a cup of tea, have a drink of water, stretch my legs. And then I also on those days try to start writing the protocol. So after I speak to them for an hour or 90 minutes, then they get a recorded session, but also I give them a written protocol. So I write that up, which might take about half an hour to an hour on average per client. And I try to do it straight away after the call or on those days when I get time, just so it's fresh in my mind and I can get the client stuff done on one day. But if not, I have Thursday the next day to finish the protocols if needed, or if I didn't get time at all, if I was really busy, then I can do Thursdays as my protocol writing days. Also on Thursdays, I prep for Friday's calls, do any lingering emails. That's mainly Thursdays. And then Fridays is another client day. So similar to Wednesday, I have a call in the morning, calls in the afternoon. Try to write the protocols, but if not, I have some time on the weekend. I don't like to work on the weekends if I can help it, but sometimes it's just little bits of admin or doing my accounts, or it's finishing a protocol, sending out an email, writing a newsletter if it's towards the end of the month, things like that. So then in the evenings, it stays pretty consistently. So I might finish work between 5 and 7 p.m, depending on if it's a client day or if I'm busy with something. Sometimes I have podcast recordings until late, because if the guest is in the US, then my evening time is like their afternoon, so it works a little bit better. So I'm happy to be a little bit flexible with that. Every now and again, so once a quarter, I have my live group coaching calls with my one-to-one clients who are in the maintenance package. So I might be doing that every now and again. And then me and my boyfriend were pretty equal who cooks dinner. So it's pretty split, because he can work late sometimes. So we're pretty fair with that. It just depends. And then we eat around 7, clean up afterwards, put on my pajamas. I'll do my evening skincare routine, which takes a good 20 minutes. We watch TV occasionally, not massively. We're just watching Friends at the moment. We're not really into like watching series or anything like that. And I don't like watching movies on a weekday for some reason. I feel like I'm like, it's not productive, so let's not do it. But I don't really like watching TV too much anyway. So we're watching Friends probably for the 50th time for me. And then after that, we'll just, we can read, we can chat, we can cuddle. I want to be in bed for 9:30, 10ish. And I like to end the day on a positive mindset wise. So I do things that I'm grateful for, just leave my brain all happy and nice so it can marinate overnight on all of that positive energy. And then weekends, I might spend time with my boyfriend, because he does work from home sometimes, so I can see him throughout the day, but it's just nice to have some good quality time together. I might meet up with a friend, go to a Pilates class, go for a coffee or matcha, go to the gym, go for days out somewhere or nice walks, or just chill, read, cook. So that is my week. I am so grateful to love my job. And a lot of the time it doesn't feel like work, which is a real blessing. I totally know of that. And I am trying to slow down more. And I'll definitely share more about my feminine energy journey, because it's a big priority for me this year. But in previous years, I was so rushed. I just felt like I was always like anxious and always listening to a podcast or music and never sitting in silence. I was following a rigid schedule with back-to-back calls, and I just didn't like it. So if I don't like something, I'm going to change it. So I have done that, and this might change again later in the year, but for now, this is my routine that's working for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode and glimpse into my life. If you've been enjoying more of these personal solo episodes, please let me know and I can record more for you. And if you have anything that you'd like me to cover, then just say. And links are always below if you want to work with me one-to-one with my root cause relief package. Just get in touch and enjoy the rest of your day. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, I would love for you to leave me a rating and review on your podcast app, as this helps to support the show and it allows it to reach more people with this valuable information. Come and say hi over on Instagram. I'm at Viva Natural Health. And if you haven't already, check out my website, vivanaturalhealth.co.uk, for tons more free resources and to discover how I could support you further. I currently offer one-on-one consultation packages if you want my top level support, then more affordable group programs and self-paced online courses. So there really is something for everyone. If you're ready to change and get some answers but aren't sure which option would be best, take that first step today and apply for a free enrollment call on my website, and we'll discuss the best steps for you to take in order to achieve hormonal harmony. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back here next week for another episode.